Now it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Welcome to a special edition of Applebee's Tailgate Talk live on location. Don't go away, Applebee's Tailgate Talk is next. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. Call 233-4430 or order online at Applebee's.com and pick your meal up with Carside to Go. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 in Athens, just off I-65. Eating good in the neighborhood. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Be listening for Limestone County Area High School baseball action this season from Play Action Sports. Your coverage of ABS, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Lindsay Lane, and West Limestone online at PASnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app. Afterwards, you can download each game from the archives or stream it on demand. While you're there, check out our schedule of upcoming games. Limestone County Area High School baseball from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is former Tennessee and NFL punter Craig Colquitt, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And good Saturday morning, everyone. Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Tom McClung, old Tomcat, here alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Call or text us at area code 256-812-1848. Area code 256-812-1TGT. Find us online at tailgatetalk.net. Follow our Twitter and Instagram accounts at Tailgate Talk AL. Facebook and MeWe, it's just simple. Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Subscribe to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk YouTube channel as well. Amazon Echo, say Alexa.
Play Tailgate Talk.
Alexa. Google Home, say, okay, Google.
Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I love my old Bama Zach memories. Download that Tailgate Talk app for Android or iPhone, powered by Usselton Landscaping. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got, first off, Todd, give us a shout-out to our old boy Beanie.
Yeah, our buddy Ricky Hargrove, Beanie. Hope you're listening, man, recovering from shoulder surgery. I think it's a little bit more extensive.
Than he thought, exactly.
Yeah, a few pins in there, about 6 or 7, I think, to hold everything together. I guess that's from calling all them balls and strikes over the years.
That right arm.
Yeah, but hooking them.
That's right.
So, but anyway, Beanie, thinking about you, man. I know rehab's not going to be fun, but, just do what they want you to do, and you'll get better sooner.
Enjoy the drugs, man.
There you go.
We're live here at Eli's Block Party at Bethel Church of Christ. Car show going on right now. Come on down if you don't have anything to do this morning. I've seen some Mustangs out there that are just absolutely off the chain. It's amazing. One more thing we got to remember. Don't forget the Bama Zach Golf Tournament. Memorial Scholarship be played at Canebrake Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. Call or contact Garth Garris or Allison Garris at 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. That's area code 256-777-2381 or 777-6530 for our Memorial Scholarship Bama Zach 4-person scramble golf tournament today. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're live here at Eli's Block Party. Cars are everywhere. Trophies are everywhere. We got food. Everywhere. We got a big old boat out there even, folks to come look at. I'm getting ready for that boat season, too. We've got a good show lined up. Dan Wallach, the executive director of the Shoeless Joe Jackson Museum and Library. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. Charles Morrison, Lindsay Lane Christian Academy baseball coach. Kurt Walker with Roush Fenway Racing. Tim, you'll have to tell, what does he do
he's here doing something with the car show, so.
Gotcha.
Oh, sweet.
And we've got Clay Coleman, our freak daddy, the Havoc hookup himself. We didn't get to talk to Timothy Jones last week. He was driving, and he was effort word. What was all we get? And he's did they win their game?
No, they got beat.
No. Well, crud.
First time this season.
First time this year. He's the owner of the North Alabama War Dogs. Our Swami of the SEC himself, AP Steadham, will be back on. He's our regular, and we're hoping to snag Kristie Williams, Eli's mom, if we can, because she is working her behind off today. So, Todd, how's the week been going, man?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. We got to send – well, I'll wait and talk about that in a little while. Producer extraordinaire, do you have any scores to report?
Got a few.
All right. Well, let's toss it over to you then.
All right, Scores and More brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. A few baseball games yesterday. East Limestone swept May Jemison 10-0 and 13-2. Russellville split. Well, James Clemens split with Russellville. I'm going to put it that way. Russellville won the first game 3-1, but then the Jets took the second game 6-3. West Limestone. I guess we'll call it a defensive struggle. Defeated Lindsay Lane 1-0.
Wow. Now, West is ranked third in the state, aren't they?
Yeah. And Lindsay Lane, I think they're second, I believe, in 1A. So
we'll have to talk to Charles about that.
And then Athens Middle School defeated Lindsay Lane's Middle School 4-3 and 5-2. In soccer, Madison Academy took 2 games from Ardmore. The boys won 4-0, and in the girls' game it was a 9-0 score there. Upcoming guests, we will have I don't have anybody lined up really for next week, but coming up in future weeks, Jason Simpson will be on talking about casting and catching. Russell Branham, Vice President of Consumer Marketing and Communications for Talladega Super Speedway, will be on.
Talladega!
We'll be live at Cornhole for a Cure at Lucy's Burge, and then live again at Mud Volleyball for a Cure coming up in July. And I did
message Jeff
Foxworthy.
No. Oh, okay.
Jeff Hodges.
Oh,
asked him about the Hall of Fame banquet. And right now they're not planning on having.
No plans on having
this
it
year. So,
hey, real quick too. Last Friday, East Limestone was playing Jemison and Jacob Eastlick, whose mother's assistant basketball coach there at East girls basketball coach. Anyway, threw a perfect game.
Really? Now?
Perfect game. Now, everybody knows Mike Jemison's not, your typical
don't matter.
baseball
Perfect
stars.
perfect
But
game.
Listen, anybody can put a bunt down
That's
for
right.
a hit, and they weren't able to do it. So
wow.
So yeah, they won
Ground
10-0.
eyes. Yep.
I just happened to see it on Facebook yesterday, and when you were doing the scores, it reminded me. But so yeah, that's a big deal. Perfect game.
What's his name again?
Jacob Eastlick.
Jacob Eastlick.
Yep,
Congratulations, brother.
Jacob.
So there you go. That's your Scores More.
That Scores and More.
By P4.
By P4. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. First segment has gone by pretty quick here. Give us a little bit extra time later on to talk about that bracket buster that some people experienced yesterday. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Go to your Amazon Echo and say Play Tailgate Talk, or your Google Home device and say Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and hear the show in crystal clear quality. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
If you're looking to spruce up the look of your home or business, Usselton Landscaping can produce beautiful results, providing mowing and trimming, mulching and landscape design, brush clearing and tree cutting, drainage and water diversion, pressure washing, junk removal, storm and disaster cleanup, and many other services. Usselton Landscaping is a family-owned business focusing on building quality relationships with their customers. Visit their Facebook page and check out their work for satisfied customers, then call or text 874-1357 to see what they can do for you. Usselton Landscaping, 874-1357. Check out the WKAC Sports page. Go to WKAC1080.com and click on the WKAC Sports icon. You can listen to the current sports stream as well as game archives, past coaches shows, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk on demand. If you're on your smartphone, you can stay automatically updated as new items are posted. The WKAC Sports page. Another reason why your best source for Limestone County sports is WKAC1080.com and 1080 WKAC.
Hello, this is Jeff Pugh, head football coach at East Limestone High School. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Hey, our buddy Beanie gave us a shout out, and you know what he said? He's going to P4 for rehabilitation.
That's right.
Hey,
use them sponsors. Thank you, Beanie.
Yes, sir. Use them sponsors. So, Todd, you said you've got one offline, just free bracket that you're playing.
Yeah, I got a free bracket. Well, I got a free bracket. I'm playing it. I actually had Ohio State, which I can't stand with a passion. No offense, but they're right up there with Auburn Tigers on my list.
None taken, man. It's an honor.
Yeah. It should be an honor. Absolutely. I mean, y'all are doing something right. And then, but yeah, the ones that the ones I'm concerned with were the cash flows coming in.
Right.
I didn't only have going final eight. So.
I have never played online.
This is the first time. My sister.
Really? Okay.
My sister just threw one together and said, "Hey, you ought to do it." So I did it. Yeah, I'm not doing like the national. This is just like a little group.
A little group of people. Gotcha. I got you.
Or something. I don't even
know.
There
you go.
She just sent me the link and I filled it out. But it's always fun. Yep. I look. My nephew's real competitive. My sister's competitive. So
really?
Yeah, we'll have fun with that.
Absolutely.
I hope I win so I can talk mess it.
Talk trash to your family dinner.
Yeah, and I will.
Now, the one that got me was Tennessee. They just walked up there and choked. It's like
they did.
They didn't look like Auburn playing the Northwestern.
That is the absolute beauty of college basketball. Y'all have heard me say it many times before. There's more parity in men's college basketball than there's any sport, period, professional or amateur. And on any given day, it doesn't matter. You can be number 1 or number 16.
Yep.
You might, you can win a basketball game.
That's the truth.
There's so much talent that is spread across the country, and now you have a lot of these bigger schools, like Kentucky and even Duke's ventured into the one and dones and stuff, and Alabama as far as that goes. It's harder to have that team chemistry when you've got kids coming in only staying a year or two at the max versus teams that have junior and senior led teams that have been together for 3 years and know each other to perfection, and so that makes a big difference in a tournament style type deal.
It does. Auburn got a little bit of basketball here. Auburn got a huge commitment from a transfer point guards from College of Charleston. Zep Jasper entered the transfer portal. He's like the top defensive guard in the nation, and we're still unsure about Sharif, if Sharif is going to come or play. But Sharif's not the big defensive guy.
No,
he's the run the show kind of guy.
Well, that sounds like a good sign. I mean, defense ultimately is what wins games. You still got to put the ball in the hole, obviously, but you got to be able to stop somebody when you need to get a stop.
And Auburn's had two of their guards transferred. Yeah. Justin Powell transferred, and
Did
Buck Williams
ever sign with anybody?
No, rumors are high on Kentucky, though. Imagine that, since that's his home state.
And Buck Williams' son, you said?
Yeah, he's transferred. Davian, I think his name Davian Williams. Yeah, Buck Williams' son is transferred. He's transferring.
Well.
So there's a couple of more guards that could be coming in, and it's funny how it is this day and time. You just pick and plug players.
I'm not big on that transfer portal deal. I don't mind, if you graduated, got your degree, and you got a year eligibility.
Exactly,
awesome.
And you want to go somewhere.
Yeah, but just because I'm not getting to play.
Not getting my way.
Yeah, not getting my way. That's kind of not the way.
Yeah, it's not the way we were brought up to play.
It's not the way we
game.
were brought up. But
that's the truth. But it's a different
time.
Well, it is a cute little puppy right there. Look at that, Todd. It's got a little yellow bandana, a little yellow bow tie on, just prancing right through there. It's amazing what you'll see at a car show here live at Eli's Block Party, ladies and gentlemen. We're holding on our main man, Freak Daddy Clay Coleman. He may be out somewhere chopping wood or something.
The weather's starting to warm up a bit. Yes. And hopefully the wind will dissipate. And
if you're hungry, they got some kind of hog rib. They got a barbecue trailer over there.
Barbecue trailer over there, and of course snacks and drinks, and a bunch of Jeeps lined up out
here.
Is
the Jeeps? I haven't seen the Jeeps out there.
I don't remember them last year, but if you're a Jeep enthusiast, you need to be here for that because they're out there. And
definitely,
course,
if you're
you said, the Mustang
enthusiast.
That's my deal.
65s lined up out there.
Yep, that was the year I was born, and so I'm partial to 65. I used to have a 66.
Did you?
Yeah,
and if your name is Sally, this would be a great time to come out. Mustang Sally.
Yeah.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're still waiting on holding on our man Clay Coleman. Don't know if we'll get him or not, but producer's grinning and shaking his head, so we don't know how that's going to go. Benefits for this, though, the proceeds from this benefit Eli Williams, who had cancer. And Todd, you know the story probably better than I do.
Well, so Eli, sadly passed away, and his family wanted to do something in his honor, so they created a foundation that gives money. And I don't recall the specific doctor's name offhand, but
it's one in Birmingham, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one that was. He was in Birmingham and treated Eli, and the family felt that he was doing wonderful things. Wanted to be able to continue to see him do wonderful things, but the money goes from anywhere from research to just helping. Maybe a parent has to come from out of town and spend the night.
Hotel bills and food bills.
And things like that. And so, it's a really big deal, especially, if you can imagine you're in that situation, your child or loved one has cancer and maybe, money, especially around, way COVID and all this has hit everybody, being so tight, having that opportunity to have somebody help pay for food, gas, hotels, that's a big burden that's off your shoulders, you know.
Everybody's not like me. They don't have travel points for the Holiday Inn. They can't just up and stay for free.
That's right. So,
now doesn't Eli have a Mustang out here?
He does. I didn't see it when I was walking up. It's probably a bit further over.
Right.
But and I don't remember the story about who donated that, but I do not remember.
Sure. Maybe when we can get Kristie on, she'll remember.
Oh yeah,
be able to talk about it.
But I see just sitting there. There's. I love the older cars from the 50s.
Oh, yes,
60s.
definitely.
There's a lot out there.
But we are at Bethel Church of Christ here and on Bledsoe Road, just off of Capshaw. If you're coming in out of Athens, hang a left on Mooresville. Go north on Mooresville. Go down and then hang a right back east on Capshaw. A few miles down the road, you'll see Bethel Church of Christ, and you'll see all of the cars lined up.
Yeah, you're not going to miss it.
No, you won't miss it. Once you get on Capshaw Road, you will not miss it at all.
Sure won't.
Bethel had to build out here because of the tornadoes.
Yeah.
Back in 2011. So we remember everybody in south of us that experienced. I think I saw yesterday 14 tornadoes.
Was it that many?
In the state of Alabama.
Wow.
I don't have the EF numbers on them yet, but there were several. I'm glad that we're blessed that the storm stayed south of us. But
I was talking about that with some friends of mine not long ago. How when we were growing up, everything hit us. This was Tornado Alley.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what it was called. But then something through the years has changed. I don't know, the Gulf Stream or something. I don't know, but all the storms, all the severe weather stays south of us.
Right.
Coleman, Birmingham, middle of Tuscaloosa, middle of the state. So. But,
ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Cooper and Gloria Cooper, his lovely bride, has just came in to join us. Hey, Gloria, grab a headset. We're having trouble catching our.
This is a great surprise.
Is it time to take a break, Timbo? Oh, there we go. No. You got a cap and sunglasses on. Ladies and gentlemen, Gloria Cooper, welcome to the show.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are perfect timing here because I was just going to go back and talk about this Bama Zach Memorial Golf Tournament that's coming up in July at Canebrake.
Amazing how he gets us here right on time.
Exactly. Right. Isn't it, though? Jamie, do you play golf, man?
No.
You did not, Gloria?
I watch it.
I can probably play better than him.
I don't play no kind of golf. I'll watch it, but that's about it.
Is that about it? Well, I am
knees
actually
don't cooperate.
His knees. That's right. He's got them.
Yes.
Those knees. Bionic knees. I'm actually fielding a team this year.
Good.
I've never fielded a team in a 4-man scramble before.
Well, is Todd the best one you can get?
Todd quit swinging a long time ago.
I got a ringer, but I've also got a lady that's going to be playing with us. She was a teammate of mine back when we were 10 years old.
Oh, goodness.
Baseball teammate, and she was a pitcher. Kelly Varnell is going to be on the team, man. And you talking about somebody that broke glass ceilings, shattered them way back before glass ceilings was ever being talked about.
We would play her, y'all, and of course we were younger and went to school with her, so you had to see her if she struck you out.
Those
were the big things, like just get the bat on the ball, just get the bat on the ball. You definitely didn't want to get struck out by a girl.
Is that when all the pictures were in black and white?
There were some.
No, we're close, though.
Most of the newspaper photographs were black and white.
Hey, while we're talking about our dear friend Zach, I just want to remind everybody too: go to Facebook and YouTube and see that tribute.
Check that video you done.
Yeah. Check that tribute out.
Please do.
It's worth an hour out of your life to see it.
It's worth. Brad Golson did an awesome job putting that together too, and but it tells, everybody I've talked to says, man, I've laughed, I've cried. Everybody says the same.
Hey, I didn't cry. You cried. I didn't cry.
Yeah.
Y'all cried.
I cried like a baby.
That's what's
What's homeboy's name? Rodney?
Rodney Walls.
Yeah.
He said he sent a text yesterday on Facebook. Man, that made me laugh. That told his story perfectly.
It did, and that was what was good about it. Like you said, you would be laughing one minute, teared up the next.
Yeah.
And it was just really well done.
It was a lot of Zach that a lot of people didn't see.
Yeah.
It was outtakes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I love the outtakes commercials. Me and Jamie were talking about the other night.
He was just so easy to make fun of, but you laughed with him. You weren't laughing at him.
What was that commercial y'all were trying to get him to do? The wreck. My life was a wreck. And
I was trying to take advantage of Call Me Alabama.
Yeah, exactly.
All these attorneys advertising. Well, why not call us? So Zach, you tell them your business, and it was forever. And I told him to use it, but I forgot we had all those outtakes.
My business was a wreck.
Yeah.
Oh, my
well,
goodness.
let's give a shout out here to Allison.
Allison has worked her tail off.
She has, and Garth. They have determined that Zach's scholarship is going to continue on as long as they are around.
His legacy is going to be well cemented with that.
Rightfully so.
We'll mention it again. Thursday, July 22nd is the turn. It's on a Thursday. Take a day of vacation. You got a day of vacation, and play. It's the price is $600 per team. That's $150 per entrant. I wouldn't say per man because we've got a female entrant here.
And Canebrake does a wonderful job running
per person. Yes.
I mean,
I don't know if I can get a day off.
First place is $400, Jamie. That's big money, buddy.
Jamie can be a drink girl.
Hey,
just drive around the cart and deliver.
For those who may not remember or care, yesterday was our 1 year ago that we did our last live TV show.
Really? Has it
already
flew, man?
That's what we tell you.
And then COVID shut us down, and then we sold. But Zach, if anybody asked me, Zach, when we coming back on? The other one was Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he'd be. Zach, when we coming back on? When we coming back on?
Poor Zach, he'd always be like, why don't you cut down to 3 days? Why'd you cut down to 2? We should be doing 5 days. Then he wanted his own show.
Well, he's the only
That's just what he was saying with us. Why don't we get on FM? Why don't we get on FM?
He's the only one that didn't have nothing else to do. He had to be at work at 7 or 7:30. Well, he'd leave early every day. Well, he had come right by there anyway.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be here. But then he had to leave at 6:30.
Yeah.
So
he kept y'all good.
But man, you talking about we're going to miss somebody, especially this time of year.
I don't know that we could do a show in that studio without his presence.
And he loved this radio show.
That's what
he liked. Everybody here but Tim. I mean, but he loved this radio show, man.
Yeah. We were watching a game there in Applebee's, and something bad happened to Auburn. Jumped off sides or a holding penalty, and BZ goes, Auburn got a holding penalty. I'm like, he's up, dude. Don't sound so excited. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I can see that.
Well, I used to text Zach during the week because I want to find out, like, where's Alabama playing today or where's this and that. He knew everything.
Oh, yeah.
And if there was a turnover on Channel 31, Channel 48, Fox, whatever, Zach knew it. He knew something about every one of them.
All those reporters. The radio guys, too.
Oh, yeah.
Every local station, he knew who the,
Oh, yeah, they knew who he was, too.
Well, that's true.
He knew everything about,
he would have
sports.
been proud having Madison do that tribute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
He was looking down with a big old grin.
Oh, he was.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, he's gotten his share of publicity, but he earned it.
If you're a business out there and you want to just contribute to the scholarship fund and you can't have a team or you just want to sponsor a hole or the drink card or anything like that, give Allison a call. There's some flyers out at Dixie Auto Parts. You can contact us via Facebook. We'll be happy to send you the information. Just see if you can participate because he loved those kids, and to be able to give them a scholarship, that's going to be a wonderful thing.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And now with your fee includes lunch, 18 holes, golf cart, range balls, so you don't have to you can get up there and whack a few before you play. And
amazing company.
And you get a tournament T-shirt. So.
Right.
And I'll be out there even working it. So you can probably say.
Are you going to be working it, Todd?
So people probably will see me in shorts.
What's your job?
Nice I don't know. Whatever Allison tells me, it's my job.
And it could change.
I like that Alabama hat you got on. Is that a new one?
It is. No, that's fairly new. Yeah, it's my basketball hat.
Greg Miller asked me in a text a second ago, can he play in flip flops?
I don't care.
Pay you money. You can play in whatever you want. Play barefooted. Be like Jethro Whompit, Mr. Do Rocher.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Now, Jethro was quite the athlete. Remember when he threw that baseball?
Yeah, but he had to have possum fat. If he didn't have possum fat, he couldn't throw straight. Could not throw straight at all.
Yeah, so y'all out here talking about cars or interviewing people today or what?
A little bit about everything.
Or just thankful we walked in at the right time.
Y'all walked in at just the right time. We had a little bit of dead air that was about to hit, and it was.
Hey, Jamie and talking.
Y'all feel it good.
Got a place to fill in. Let me in. I'll take it. I'll take advantage of it.
So y'all just out here thinking about buying a '66 Chevy?
I ain't thinking about buying nothing. My buying days are currently over.
We're in that save.
The Mustang we had, thanks to Joseph and Eddie Pruitt Ford, was a 50-year anniversary.
Oh, that's right.
The 15.
That was pretty.
Had it 5 years, Tom. Had 490-something thousand miles on it.
490?
No, 4,000.
400 and something. They didn't even have 5,000 on it in 5 years.
I got you.
But you know the problem with that? When you got bad knees, it's hard to get out of a vehicle that's 3 inches off the ground.
Was it a stick shift or an automatic?
It's automatic, but it don't make no difference. It's still on the ground. You feel a gravel if you're riding down the road.
Now they have the panel, so you can do it as.
Guess what we traded for?
What'd you trade?
No wonder old people drive Lincolns.
Yeah. Like a cat.
That's a nice ride, man. Massage yourself. I don't even get to drive. I drove her for 20 years. We'll be married 22 years April 2nd.
Wow.
She was 15.
I wasn't.
I was fixing She don't look much older.
So we, got that. So she drives. I drive the Hummer every night. I filled the Hummer up once in the last 7 months. And now gas is $1 more a gallon. So
it's a good thing now.
But,
should have been driving back then. Yeah.
But she drives me around instead of driving Miss Daisy. She's driving Mr. Cooper. So she got the worst sense of direction, worse than anybody I've ever seen. So
you never roll with me.
Every time she rides, here's what I just hold it like that. I'll give her the signal. Turn here, turn here,
That's
turn
what this
here.
is for.
That's what I tell
I put
him.
everything in there.
I've never used the GPS.
No, I use it for everything.
I need it.
Doing the country rover, we didn't have none of that stuff.
No, not back then. You went to the tree and turned left.
You had newspapers. You stopped at every gas station. Hey, do you know where this guy with that two-legged dog lives? Yeah. He's right down the road.
Yeah, the places you went back in the day, they still be looking for me because I never would have got myself out of it.
I think one of my favorite was that greased pig. He had to catch one of them greased pigs or something.
Oh, and speaking of which, when you say, is it Monday y'all start running the country rover?
April 1st. We go 2 hours a morning with country rover.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
It's my 47th. April 1st is my 47th anniversary in television, and her 22nd.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Wow.
I was hoping to make something of myself, but my time kind of got short.
Went by a little fast.
Hey, I did talk to a guy y'all all grew up watching. He called me the other day. Check on us. Icestone. Country Boy Eddie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember him.
He's 90.
Is he 90 now?
We did a special with him on Channel 6, and they interviewed us.
All right. Well, but maybe we might be able to talk some more next time, see how things are going. But right now, it's time to take a break.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Smith's Heating and Cooling in Elkmont is your friendly local contractor servicing most brands of equipment and proudly installing industry-leading Rheem systems. Whether it's an air conditioner, gas furnace, heat pump, or indoor air quality system, Smith's Heating and Cooling takes pride in their exceptional installation and 24/7 customer service after the fact. They offer financing too. Call 777-5450 today to schedule an appointment or a free no-obligation consultation. Smith's Heating and Cooling. Call 777-5450. Visit them on Facebook or online at smithsheatingandcoolingllc.com. If you're looking for that special gift for that special someone, it's waiting for you at Tammy's Fine Jewelry in Athens, a boutique jewelry store offering designs to fit your individual style from classic to contemporary. Tammy's Fine Jewelry has bridal and gemstone jewelry just for you. Whether you want to spend $10,000 or $10,000, you get the same friendly service. Visit them on Facebook or just come fall in love at Tammy's Fine Jewelry, 206 West Market Street in Athens.
This is Todd the Bod at Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Y'all know how great I sound every week on the radio. You can't imagine how good I look from getting my hair cut from Tammy and all the girls at Shireman's Barbershop. Please go see them at 115 North Marion Street and tell them Todd the Bod sent you.
Since 1998, Ardmore Family Medical Clinic has served the area faithfully, treating everything from allergies, sinus infections, and abrasions to high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart problems. Dr. Deborah Verbeek and staff treat you like they would want to be treated, with compassion and trust. Ardmore Family Medical Medical Clinic, urgent and chronic medical care for the whole family, where patients come first and always have a choice. Locally owned and operated, Ardmore Family Medical Clinic, 25495 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee. Call 931-427-6969. Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 389 West Sandifer Road in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with a Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hello, this is Paul Spivey, former Alabama Crimson Tide running back, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside TTB, Todd the Bod, Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we've got Charles Morrison on line with us here. Lindsay Lane Christian Academy Baseball, and he also can sell you insurance if you need it. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. How y'all this morning?
We're doing good. Gloria Cooper standing right here, and she said, I don't know if she's telling tales out of Sunday school, but something about you delivering a baby on Labor Day.
Hey, I think we've got some documented, not live footage, but definitely after the fact.
After the fact. I need to get you and Joel Carwile, pastor at First Baptist, together. Y'all can talk about delivering delivering your own babies.
Yeah, I know the story. I'll have to find out about that one.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. If you ever talk to Joel, ask him about that. But let's talk baseball, dude. I think Tim said defensive struggle against West Limestone. You guys come up 1 run short. I mean, that's a sign of two pretty good baseball teams right there.
Yeah, it was. It was Ryan and I actually just scheduled that game probably this past Sunday, Tuesday, and we're both having pretty good seasons, and we want to continue to challenge ourselves and get better. And we got a good season going on too, so we thought it'd be a good opportunity for us to get together and let each team see some good pitching and some good defense and good hitting. So, we wound up on the losing end of that deal. At the end of the day, it's not we want to win every game, but we set a goal. When we set our goals to start the season, it wasn't to go undefeated. Yeah. So we just got to work hard to get better every chance we get, and that was one of those opportunities to get better last night.
I was just going to say, absolutely, that's how you get better, is playing good teams with good pitching and defense, and that's what prepares you for later on down the road when you get into those playoffs.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had Micah Perkins on the mound last night for us, and we're trying to find where our rotation guys are, and Micah came in. He's performing like a solid number 1, probably our 2 right now. But he's pitching like a 1 for both teams. So we're excited about the progress he's made, and we should have got a win for him last night. But West Limestone pitching was just a little bit better, and they got us last night though.
So is he a righty or a lefty?
He's a righty.
Righty. I didn't used to pay attention to that until I ended up having a girlfriend that's left-handed. Now everybody that I see is left-handed. I can, hey, that's a lefty. So, especially being a pitcher, that's one of the questions you like to ask.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's coming to his own and doing very well. And of course, we'll come into the day with some more challenges as we go over to Toyota Field and play some baseball there this afternoon.
Right. That will be great. Have y'all played over there yet, or is this the first time?
Nope. This will be the first time we played over there. So we got a good test today in Decatur Heritage. I think they're coming in. I think they're the number 1 ranked team in 2A, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
They're just punks, Steve. They really are.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
That's one of Todd's favorite teams.
Exactly. That's one of my favorite teams, Coach. Really. I mean, they are. Wear them out for me, and then tell them Todd said that's what you get.
Bunch of punks.
It's just a running joke. But honestly, y'all are going to love it, man. And it might be I won't say intimidating, Tom, but it's so big.
It's large.
It's going to be different look. They're not going to be used to playing, walls, 10, 12 feet high.
Yeah.
Of course, the outfield is however many, 300, 400, in center. So, but it's beautiful, man, and pristine, and they're not going to have to worry about a rock or anything in the dirt, to get a bad bounce or anything like that. But I hope they really enjoy it, and y'all do too, because we called a game. Well, we saw some games out there last weekend, and saw Grissom and I believe Hoover play, and you could tell those kids were really enjoying it, and I know y'all will too.
Absolutely, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Who's your starting pitcher today, buddy?
Well, we got two games. We got Decatur Heritage at 3:00 game, and then we have East Lawrence at the 5:30 game for the nightcap. So at some point in time today, we'll certainly let our one go, which is Ray Anderson. He's a solid pitcher that we've got on the left side. That's just he's not going to overpower you, but he can put it exactly where he wants it and change the speed, keep you off balance, and so he does a great job. We'll throw him either one of the games is Decatur Heritage or East Lawrence. He hasn't thrown in a week, so it's time back for him to be back in the rotation to throw. So he'll definitely get some mound time today for sure.
Now, are you putting on any kind of pitch count or anything to that effect, being cooler weather, or are you just kind of letting them go and doing it as, see how they feel as they go along?
Well, always going to, test them every inning, make sure they're feeling good. But we set this up to be a playoff atmosphere. We wanted to play 3 playoff caliber teams. That's why we called Ryan to see if we can get that game going last night. And so we're trying to test and see what we can, in a playoff type atmosphere, it's best 2 out of 3. Yeah. So we want 3 playoff caliber teams and have your 1, 2, and 3 go and see if we can win it like a playoff series. So that's kind of how we're playing it this weekend.
Sounds like the way to go.
So you got any power on your team, man? That's not reason I'm asking. We saw a couple of pokes out there last week at Toyota Field that, man, that's got a chance, and then the outfielder settles under it about 20 feet away from the fence. So go ahead.
Yeah, we got some good quality hitters, but we're definitely going to be going for the line drives today.
Yes.
I think one of our most powerful hitters is our cleanup guy. He's a junior catcher, does a phenomenal job behind the plate, has great pop times, and Ryan was really commenting on last night, Ryan, the coach for West Limestone, that he's just a quality catcher, and it affected their game plan and their ability to run last night.
Oh, really?
So that's what he told me. But, so we're really happy with the job Sam's doing, and he's got a lot of pop. He's hitting around I think he's hitting around 460 right now for the year.
That's stout.
With 2 home runs. So, he's a baller.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did we lose him?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. Is it time to take a break, Tim? Well, buddy Charles, good luck today, man. Beat them punks and take that 2 out of 3 this series right here.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Hey,
thanks for joining us, Charles.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Morrison, head coach of Lindsay Lane Christian Academy Baseball. And if you're a Decatur Heritage fan, take it in tongue-in-cheek because we're just joking. It's time to take It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Haley Patterson of James Clemens, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Haley picks up a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Got You Covered Screen Printing and more. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. A new poll goes up on Sunday. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. WKAC wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to WKAC1080.com throughout the school year and click on the Tailgate Talk icon to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is James Clemens Boys basketball coach Frank Sullivan, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here at Bethel Church of Christ with Eli's Block Party, and we have our very special guest, Eli's mother, Kristie Williams. Kristie, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, let's see, 3 years ago, it was at Lindsay Lane, and we've been up here for 2 years.
This is our third year.
Third year here at Bethel. Wow. That's cool.
And it just grows and grows.
Oh, it does. Oh, my goodness.
And it's just a wonderful thing to see. It really is.
The response, yes, absolutely.
So we asked her, how's it going? And she said, how does it look like it's going?
And I told her, it looks like it's going
wonderful,
like it's
but
going
I know
in the background is probably chaos.
That's all we want to know. If it looks like it's going smooth, then it's going smooth. That's all you need to know.
These are one of those days that I'm sure that at the end of each day you sleep really well.
Oh, my goodness. Either that or I just overplay everything in my head and, but, social media helps with that because then you just sit back and you just watch people talk about it, and so that.
And that's got to be a great
feedback. Yeah,
I've never seen anything negative towards this on social media or anything. It's always been,
last year was a little bit rough. I mean, COVID forced us to do,
And I mean, I thought it was wonderful that y'all even continued it. I thought that was awesome.
Well, we just happened to sneak in under the wire.
Well, you did. You're right.
Because there was a time they shut everything. They opened it back up and then chopped it off.
Yeah, and it was like maybe a week or two, if that.
Yes. Well, we opened last year. It was the day after the governor lifted the outdoor ban, like for any event. Yeah. So, and COVID drove us to change some of the ways we do things. like just to try to accommodate the precautions.
Yeah.
So my volunteers, the cars were spread out.
Which I didn't know cars could get COVID, but I get it, whatever. They had some really funky rules, but I know they were trying to,
we were COVID novices back then. So it forced us. My volunteers then weren't ready, because we were doing things how we weren't used to. So this year, we're a little more COVID savvy. It's kind of like if you're, scared of COVID, then you probably don't need to come.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been
saying that from day one.
Yes.
I think I probably said that last year, a year ago on this very show.
Right. Yeah, so we were able to use all of our spaces. We came out last night and marked off every little inch that we could fit a car.
Right.
Awesome.
It looks like we're probably close to 250, pushing 300.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Well, I know, was it last week or week before we spoke? I don't even know who we were talking to. And
was it Vic?
Was it Vic? Okay.
Vic last week.
Oh, Vic,
and he said
about 40 pre-registered at the
time.
Oh,
yes.
So.
Yeah, no, we went up to, we had 72 pre-registered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then if you get that many pre-registered, it's going to, the day of the gate.
That's a predictor of anything, because in the past, pre-registrations never really caught on. We might have 5 or 8, and then we'd have about 120 cars.
Yeah.
But this time,
Is that because just folks are wait out the weather to see what it does?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
People don't pre-register because they want to wait for the weather.
Yeah.
It helps us because I don't know. I'm kind of an organization.
I'm sure. I mean, it's much easier to set up for what you know is coming versus, oh my gosh, we had no idea we were going to have 250 cars.
Exactly. Set up 30 spaces for 200 cars.
Yes, yes.
But you have to prepare for that.
We prepared for that, and we're not spaced out like we were last year, so we're able to, take advantage of the full space. The guests are always hard to deal with their cars because we don't really know what to do with them, but so far it seems good.
You've got a great crew out there getting everybody
absolutely.
parked.
Oh my goodness, the volunteers.
They're working hard, man.
They earn their pay, and I will give them a bonus. They will. I will double their pay.
You're such a wonderful leader.
Because we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
We're a 501c3, but nobody gets paid.
Right.
Not even me. Not our board members. Nobody does. Everything we raise goes to our cause, and
we'll talk about your cause for those who explained it better than we tried to earlier.
Yeah, so we're a 501c3, and Eli was a brain cancer patient, and he participated in several trials. He was sometimes patient number 1, or patient number 1 or number 4, in the pioneering, trial 1 or phase 1 trials. So we sort of have a layman's understanding of research and how that works. And so my goal was to always donate directly to research, because a cure is going to be found in research. I mean, it's sitting there right now. A cure is somewhere in research right now. So my goal was to always donate directly to some sort of innovative research being done. And because of our experience with Eli, we've been able to sort of learn how to gauge that, kind of learn where the hospitals are and who's doing what. I'm getting farther from that now because Eli's been gone for a few years now. But so we donate this year. We raise money for Dr. Greg Friedman, who is at Children's of Alabama.
Okay.
He's doing some innovative research where he uses the herpes virus.
Really?
Yes, he injects that into the brain tumor cells. And
it's just amazing that they can take this, which is bad, if you just get herpes I guess.
Yeah.
But can use it for something good.
They discovered that it had some natural cancer-fighting abilities on its own.
Wow.
And so then they, did their doctor stuff and engineered it somehow in the lab, beefed it up, the Hulk and everything, and then they inject it back into the cancer cells, and then the immune system goes to fight the herpes.
And
so it's attached to the cancer, because for some reason the immune system's not recognizing the cancer. So that's why they can't. And that was kind of Eli's problem. So that because we all have cancer cells in our body all the time, but for some reason his body didn't recognize those cells and they grew. So for some reason the immune systems of these children are not recognizing the cancer being in their bodies, and that cancer grows.
But it recognizes that herpes.
Yeah. So so then it goes and attacks that herpes.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So, and he's had successes measured in different ways in that world, but he's had some success with it as far as seeing movement in the right way, in the right direction, with some of the most devastating brain cancers, the ones that are terminal upon first diagnosis. So he's seen a little bit of movement with that, and. So we this is our second year to support him, actually.
Gotcha.
And it just is great because it's in our backyard. It's in Birmingham.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's home.
Yeah.
Another thing that y'all do that I thought was really special, and I mentioned it earlier when we were coming on the show, was that y'all help families sometimes that would travel, hotel and food and gas, whatever, and that is such a huge thing for families to have that burden lifted from them.
We do. We have a little fund that we sort of keep aside, like a little savings account, that if we have a local family, especially if they have a family that, especially if their child passed away, those bills, if you're not prepared for that, I mean, a funeral is expensive. So we try to keep some money back to help with that. We've paid utility bills while kids have been in treatment and that kind of thing. Sadly, we've lost kids so often that little fund can't really get any traction. So we've had to empty it every year.
That's sad.
That's just local. That's just local people.
That was right. That's just here. That's one of those funds you want to be able to grow and grow and grow.
Yes, and that's how I envisioned it. I told Jennifer Fortenberry is our financial accounting person, and I was like, this money I don't ever expect to touch. Oh, it wasn't just a few months.
Wow.
And we have not. It cannot get any traction to grow because we end up having to do something.
And is this your sole benefit show?
Well,
we have
two. Yeah, we have two events that we've over the years have narrowed down to being where we want to focus.
Okay.
That I've got volunteers that we're interested in, and the whole package. So we did this car show in the spring. This is our big one. And then we have an event called Superhero Day in September for Childhood Cancer Month.
Okay. Where's that held?
It's in the Athens Duck Pond Park, we call it. But I think it's actually technically called Big Spring Memorial Park.
You weren't able to do that last year, were you?
We did not. We had to cancel it last year because of COVID. But
It's a big deal, too.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
We got about 5,000 people that come out for that.
Really?
Oh,
it is a big deal.
Yeah, it's just exploded, and the city loves it. We do it in the park there. They support us. We feature, obviously, superheroes, but we also feature community heroes. We have police out there, fire, sheriff, medical, community. One year we featured teachers. One year we featured utility workers.
That's awesome.
But of course, the Superman and Batman are.
I can't believe you even asked me to paint myself green and come out there because I obviously look like the Hulk.
You do.
Maybe a little shorter, but
we do. If we that's a good point. If we didn't already have a Hulk, I would be doing that. Well, because kind of like Santa Claus, you can only have one.
That's true. That's true. Well, I will stay in shape just in case I get the call from the bullpen. You never know. I want to be prepared when you need me.
Pat Ballou was Hulk for us for a little while. He was former Mr. Alabama.
Yeah.
So
he's decent. He's decent.
Yeah, you get by with him.
But it is funny. My husband, he has to do superheroes every now and then, and he'll have to put tights on or a cape, and he's like, "How come you don't ever have to put on tights or a cape?"
Because I'm the boss.
I'm the boss.
Well, first of all, I was like, I Googled overweight superheroes with gray hair, and there's just not any. So I don't really, can't really do that.
Oh, you're a mess. Well, we really, really appreciate you.
Oh, we love y'all coming out
and what y'all do, and obviously it's an honor of Eli, and it's not a better way to celebrate him and remember him. And
we'd be remiss to say so sorry about losing your son.
That
breaks my heart every time I think about it.
He passed at 17.
Anytime I talk to you, I'm trying to put myself in that, and I almost tear up thinking about if that was Gage. So, and I know you've had those moments many a time, obviously.
Well, one thing I think about, the flag bearers, of the Civil War, right? I mean, we're picking up Eli's flag.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what our job is to carry on, because he fought as a pioneer, from cancer. So our job is to pick up his flag and continue.
Well, you've done it tremendously at that, and a lot of families are blessed because of it.
Thank you.
It's time to go. Take a quick break. Kristie, thank you so much. We'll let you get back to your chicken catching out there. And we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Download the Tailgate Talk app and get 4 apps in one. You can hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk every Saturday morning at 10, Athens High Sports from WKAC Sports, Limestone County and James Clemens Sports from Play Action Sports, or your favorite oldies on WKAC. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. Since 1998, Ardmore Family Medical Clinic has served the area faithfully, but they don't just care about people, they care about the environment too. Ardmore Family Medical Clinic is equipped with solar panels that provide power not only to the clinic, but supply energy to the TVA grid, making it the only grid-independent business in town. Ardmore Family Medical Clinic is taking Ardmore into the future while taking care of what ails you right now. Ardmore Family Medical Clinic, 25495 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee. Call 931-427-6969.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens. Your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Hi, this is Daryl Furman, former linebacker of the University of Alabama Crimson Tide. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, Old Tomcat here alongside Todd the Bod, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. It's 11 o'clock at the top of the hour, halfway through the show, and we have our special guest, the executive director of Shoeless Joe Jackson Museum and Library, Dan Wallach. Dan, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks so much for having me, you guys.
Nah, man, we get to talk baseball. You can come on anytime you want. Now, Shoeless Joe, tell us about the museum and library. There's a lot of, history of most everybody don't know, but whoever does not know the story of Shoeless Joe, I'll let you do the describing there.
Sure. So Shoeless Joe Jackson was a baseball player in the early 1900s. He played in the major leagues from 1908 to 1920. He was scouted by Connie Mack of the Philadelphia Athletics, who sent the scout down to South Carolina because they actually heard about a different player who was on Joe's team in the Textile League here in Greenville. And Connie Mack was a fan of college-educated players, so he heard about this guy named Hyder Barr, who was on the Greenville Spinners. And when they sent the scout down to check out Hyder Barr, the scout sent back a telegram saying, "Hey, Hyder Barr is really great, but we need to sign this Joe Jackson guy because he's tearing the cover off the ball." So they signed Joe to a contract, and he played in 1908 and 1909 for the Philadelphia Athletics, then was traded to the Cleveland Naps. They weren't the Indians yet. They were called the Cleveland Naps after Napoleon Lajoie, who was the star player on the team.
Wow.
And Joe was an incredible hitter. His first season in 1910, before he was just called up for the last 20 games of the year. He didn't play a full season yet. He batted .387 and led the league, but he didn't qualify for the batting title because he didn't have enough at-bats. So the next season was his first full season. His rookie year was 1911, and he batted .408 that year and did not win the batting title because Ty Cobb hit .420 that year.
Wow.
And yeah, so that was kind of the story of Joe's career. He would always be, second or third in the batting race, but never finish first because Ty Cobb was always there. And to this day, Joe has the third highest batting average in the history of baseball for his career. He's batted .356, which is just an insane. I mean, if somebody batted .356 for a season, you'd be blown away. And that was his career average. So about halfway through the 1915 season, Joe was traded to the Chicago White Sox, and they won the World Series in 1917. Had this great team that Charles Comiskey was building. They had Eddie Collins at second base and Buck Weaver at third base and a great pitching staff. And, Ray Schalk, who's a Hall of Fame catcher behind home plate. They just had a dynasty in the making. And the 1918 season, most of the major leagues were, sent away because World War I was going on. They were sent to basically support the war effort. And the 1918 season, for a lot of historians, doesn't even really count as a baseball season. So 1919, the whole gang is back in town. Team is set back up again, and the White Sox are by far the favorites to win the World Series. And so they make the World Series, and Chick Gandil, the first baseman, and Eddie Seacott, the star ace pitcher for the White Sox, who won 29 games that year, came up with this scheme that they were going to throw the World Series because they knew a bunch of gamblers. One of the gamblers was this guy named Sleepy Bill Burns, who used to be a major league player. And so Chick Gandil was friends with him and decided, hey, I'm going to approach these gamblers and say, if we can throw the World Series, if we can lose the World Series on purpose, will you pay us $100,000 and we'll split it between our team? And so the gamblers agreed to that because they knew everybody was going to be betting on the White Sox, and they were going to clean up because if they bet on the Reds and the Reds won the series, they were going to just absolutely make a ton of money. So Joe Jackson was never involved in any of the meetings between the teammates when they were deciding if they were going to throw the World Series or not. But the teammates included his name because they knew he's the best player on our team. If his name isn't included, no gambler is going to take us seriously that we can actually throw this World Series. If we don't have our best player in on the scheme, how are we going to lose this series? So they included his name, and unfortunately, the White Sox did lose the series, even though Joe had incredible statistics. He batted .375 that World Series and set the all-time record at that point for most hits in a single World Series with 12. He didn't commit a single error in the field. He accounted for 11 of the White Sox 20 runs in the series, including the only home run that was hit by either team. And people say that, oh, well, he took the money, so of course he threw the World Series. But it's kind of hard to look at those statistics and look at his performance on the field in that series and think that he was in on this, especially when his teammates all admitted he had nothing to do with this. He wasn't at any of the meetings. He didn't partake in any of that discussion. He knew what was going on, and he tried to go to the manager and tried to go to the owner beforehand and stop it and say, hey, please don't play me in the series because I don't want my name associated with this. But they both told him, Joe, you're our best player. We can't have you on the bench for this World Series. So cut to 1920. There was suspicion during the 1919 World Series that something shady was going down, but nothing ever came of it. And the White Sox came back the next year and played almost the entire 1920 season. Most people don't know that. The people who know the White Sox story, the Black Sox story, think that they were banned immediately after the 1919 World Series. That's just not the case. In 1920, they played almost the entire year. Joe bats .382. And
dang. Wow. Again, .382.
And he has just an incredible year. He sets his career high in home runs that year with 12. You got to remember that up until 1919, all the way through 1919 season, it was the dead ball era. 1920 was the first season of the live ball era.
Right. Yeah.
So he has this incredible season, and with about a week left in the season, Major League Baseball finds out that the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies threw a game. They conspired to fix a game. And so they called in some of the players that were on each of those teams to say, hey, what's going on here? We can't have this. And all those players said, don't you guys know what happened in last year's World Series? The White Sox threw that World Series. And so Major League Baseball was like, what? And called in a bunch of people and started doing this investigation and immediately suspended the 8 players who were thought to be in on this fix. And Joe Jackson was one of them. So the White Sox, instead of going to the World Series again in 1920, they were a half game back of Cleveland with about 4 games to play in that season, and they were on the surge. They were about to make the World Series again in 1920, but all their best players got wiped out, and the White Sox missed the playoffs. Cleveland ended up making the World Series and winning it that year, but from that point forward, Joe Jackson never played another Major League Baseball game, and so he was banned for life by Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis, and that's why you have movies like Field of Dreams and 8 Men Out that are, telling Joe's tragic tale that he was this great player who was cut short in his prime and was never able to play again. So that's who Joe is. our museum was founded in 2006. We opened in 2008. What happened was there was a real estate developer who found out that one of Joe Jackson's old homes, that he actually passed away in this home in Greenville, was available. It was on the market. So the real estate developer said to the city of Greenville, if I buy this house and move it anywhere in the city that you want, I will pick it up off its foundation and move it to wherever you want, as long as you guys make it a museum. The city of Greenville said, absolutely, we would love that. And they decided that they were going to put it right across the street from Fluor Field, which is the minor league baseball stadium of the Greenville Drive. They're a minor league affiliate of the Boston Red Sox.
Nice.
So they moved the building in 2006, and in 2008, after about a year and a half of renovations, we opened as a museum. So it's literally the house that Joe Jackson died in. He lived in this house from 1941 to 1951 when he passed away, and then his wife continued living there until 1959. And that's our museum. And so this past winter and for the past year, we've been having an addition built that is basically going to double our size. And we are going to have all sorts of new exhibits and a brand new gift shop with tons of new merchandise, more T-shirt designs. We've got Joe, when he moved back to Greenville after his career was over, he and Katie owned a liquor store here in Greenville. And so we have a whole new line of merchandise that's dedicated to Joe's Liquor Store. We've got the original doors to Joe's Liquor Store in our museum.
Oh, wow.
He used to hand out business cards for his liquor store, and there are only 3 known examples of those business cards still existing.
Oh, wow.
One of them was the one that was in his wallet the day he died, and we have that business card.
Oh, wow.
So awesome. We've got some cool stuff, dedicated and relating to Joe's business career, and especially the liquor store. And that's another story that we're trying to tell here at the museum, is that he wasn't this, ignorant guy who was just easily led astray. He was a very successful business person for his entire life, all over the country. When he lived in Chicago, because he was on the Sox, he had a pool hall and cigar store. After his playing career, he owned a dry cleaning service in Savannah, Georgia that was so successful at its peak it had 22 employees working for it, and they opened a second location. All over the country, wherever he went, he owned businesses that were successful. So that's part of the story that we're trying to tell, is that he wasn't just this dumb guy from the South who didn't know what he was doing. I mean, he was one of the few players on the White Sox of the 8 that were banned that didn't die penniless. I mean, he actually passed away a pretty wealthy man. So those are the types of stories that we're trying to tell here at the museum, is that, yeah, he was banned from baseball, but he still had a successful life and a very successful, marriage. So we're proud to, be the bearer of his name.
So the question that everybody is wanting us to ask is, how did he get the nickname Shoeless? Did he play barefooted or something?
There was one game in his entire career he played without his cleats. So we know the exact date. It was June 6th, 1908. He was still playing for the Greenville Spinners at the time. They were a semi-professional team. And he had just bought a new pair of cleats recently because he knew that these scouts were coming to take a look at him, and he wanted to be ready in case he got called up. So he got these new cleats, and they weren't broken in yet. So they wore blisters on his feet. And so the next day, this is June 5th, 1908, he started getting blisters. So June 6th, he decided to go back to his old cleats because the new ones were hurting him too bad. And about the 7th inning, he told his manager he can't play anymore because his feet are killing him. And the manager said, Joe, you're same thing with the 1919 World Series. Joe, you're our best player. We can't take you out. You got to figure out a way to get on the field still. So he decided he's just going to take off his shoes and then go out into the field and play with just his socks on. And nobody noticed until the bottom of the 7th. He comes up to the bat, and he hits the longest home run that's ever been hit in that ballpark.
And he didn't have his spikes on.
That's awesome.
Didn't even have his spikes on. And so as he's rounding third base, the opposing fans who are sitting close to that, the foul line on that side of the field, notice that he's not wearing shoes. And so he's rounding third base, and they say, "You shoeless son of a gun." And there happened to be a newspaper reporter in the stands right there who heard it and put it in the paper, the next day. And within 2 weeks, that story about this, quote, shoeless wonder from the South was all over the country, from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. It was in every single newspaper. So that name stuck. It was the one day in his career that he didn't wear shoes. It just happened to be the perfect storm of circumstances. And Joe actually did not like that name because he knew the connotation, especially being from the South and being illiterate.
Yeah.
He thought people were making fun of him. And so his entire life and career, he made it a point to dress very nicely off the field. And if you see any pictures of him when he's not playing, if you see any pictures of him not in uniform or at a baseball field, he is dressed immaculately because that was important to him. And he had money and liked to spend it. He always drove very big, very nice cars. We actually have an instance of a newspaper article here in Greenville that was an advertisement for a used car. And they specifically mentioned that this car was previously owned by Joe Jackson, not because he was a celebrity, but because everybody in town knew that Joe Jackson took such good care of his cars that even though you were buying a used car, you knew you were going to get a great car because it was Joe's and he took care of his vehicles.
That's great.
When you were talking about the newspaper reporter that stuck the tag of Shoeless onto him, there's another story about a newspaper journalist who fabricated part of the myth that people have kind of latched on to.
Yes. Yeah, the Say It Ain't So Joe, that whole story never happened. That was a newspaper reporter named Charlie Owens who decided that it would make a great story if there was this invented child sitting outside the courtroom when the Black Sox trial happened. And boy, he was right, because here we are 100 years later, and that phrase, well, I just had a thread on Twitter a couple days ago asking people, what are some instances of Joe being included in pop culture, whether it's movies like Field of Dreams or 8 Men Out, or, instances like that or even the movie The Natural, Robert Redford's bat, Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
The story of that bat is taken after Joe's story of his bat, Black Betsy.
Yeah.
So there are tons of instances of Joe being included in pop culture, and that "Say It Ain't So," that phrase is absolutely attributed to the Joe Jackson story, and it's become so ubiquitous in American pop culture that people reference it without even realizing that they're talking about a baseball player or talking about Shoeless Joe Jackson. That's how ingrained it has become in our society, just that phrase, "Say It Ain't So." But its first instance and first use in very popular culture was absolutely dedicated to Joe Jackson.
Wow.
You mentioned earlier too that he wasn't this dumb hick, from the South, but there is that thing where he was tricked into signing some kind of document because he couldn't read it.
Yeah, it's part of the story. Is the original court trial was they were basically Charlie Comiskey, the owner of the White Sox, had his lawyer representing some of the players, and it was obviously in Comiskey's best interest to distance himself from the scandal and make it seem like everything was on the up and up. So it was kind of a conflict of interest to have the guy, his lawyer representing Charles Comiskey and representing the players. And so that is part of it, is that, Joe Jackson didn't know what he was signing. And there's conflicting reports about how Joe recanted his testimony, and there were a bunch of just indiscrepancies that happened with that trial. So that's definitely part of it, though, that Joe was kind of tricked into participating. And the speculation is that the lawyer said, "Hey, Joe, if you sign this, your name's going to be cleared," and handed him a piece of paper that was his own confession. So we're not sure exactly of the details of how that happened, but that's the story. That's the speculation.
Well, Dan, you mentioned Twitter. How can someone follow you if they were interested in keeping up with the Shoeless Joe Museum?
Yeah, absolutely. So this past year, we completely rebuilt our website. And we launched a membership program for the first time. This year we were closed the entire year in 2020, not only for coronavirus, but because obviously our construction as well. So we've actually been closed since December of 2019. We're getting ready to reopen in about 6 weeks here with all the construction finishing up. So if you want to become a member of our museum, you can go to shoelessjoejackson.org and click on the membership at the top. Or if you want to follow us on social media, we are active on Twitter mostly, but also Facebook and Instagram, and the handle is @ShoelessMuseum on all the platforms. So Facebook.com/ShoelessMuseum, or find us on Twitter or Instagram @ShoelessMuseum, and we are posting all the time, all sorts of great content, not just about Joe, but a lot about baseball history as well.
That is awesome, yeah. Dan. Thank you so much for joining us, buddy. I have enjoyed this conversation, and to learn about the history, the actual real history, not the fables and the traditions or whatever has been great.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. I'll come back anytime you want me.
You got it, Dan. Man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dan Wallach, the executive director of the Shoeless Joe Jackson Museum and Library. Great conference. Just turn him loose, man.
Young dude and all that knowledge in baseball. That's what I was going to ask him if we didn't have to cut it short. How did you become so interested in baseball at a young age?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is you still on?
You still on, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Oh, okay. Well, great.
You guys have time?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to ask you. You're a young guy, and such knowledgeable. What drew you not just to Shoeless Joe Jackson, but to baseball in general? And of course, you've got so much going on. Founded a record company and a collectible.
We didn't get into him. We're talking about
we didn't get into you. You're very interesting young guy. I just wanted to tell you that, but so why Shoeless Joe Jackson? How did that become your kind of passion, I guess?
Well, I've only lived in Greenville for about a year now. My parents retired here about 12 years ago, and that's how we got involved with the museum in the first place. The first time I came down to visit them, the museum had just recently opened. So we are originally from Chicago and happen to be a White Sox fan. So obviously most people from Chicago are Cubs fans, but I happen to be a White Sox fan. So when I was first learning about baseball history and growing up, between the ages of 5 and 7, and really first starting to learn about the heroes of the game, obviously a lot of those guys are Yankees, Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and Mickey Mantle, all guys like that. But another one of the great early stories of baseball is the Black Sox scandal. And since Joe Jackson was one of the best players in the history of my favorite team's franchise, I wanted to learn as much as I could about him. Okay. So I've always been interested in his story. And then when my parents moved down to South Carolina and lived so close to where he was from, there's still spots in town where the liquor store that he owned isn't a liquor store anymore, but that building still exists. And there's a plaque outside the front door that says this used to be Joe's liquor store. And there's old baseball fields here in town that Joe used to play on, and I've played on one of them before. So
Wicked.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And so when you can feel that history and not only read about it in a book, but go to the places and experience them, it makes it hit home so much harder. And so I've just been completely obsessed for the past decade of what can I learn about Joe that most people don't know. And luckily there are still some, relatives of his that are still around here in town. And it's been great to get to know them and be able to hear the stories and try to document them before those people and those stories are all gone. So that's something I've really been focusing on the past couple of years, and especially since I've moved down here to take over this job, is to get that story out there and get the truth told, so the public has the correct information, not just like you said, the stories.
And you're doing an incredible job of that.
Absolutely. And as an Auburn fan, I know you guys will always have Bo Jackson and Frank Thomas. So,
yeah, Frank Thomas is my guy.
Absolutely. It's really time to go this time, Dan. We appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thanks
we'll
so
talk
much,
to you later.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dan Wallach. The executive director of Shoeless Joe Jackson Museum and Library in Greenville, South Carolina. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Look for Tailgate Talk on Facebook. Just search for Tailgate Talk and make the connection. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
This is Todd the Bod at Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Y'all know how great I sound every week on the radio. You can't imagine how good I look from getting my hair cut from Tammy and all the girls at Shireman's Barbershop. Please go see them at 115 North Marion Street and tell them Todd the Bod sent you.
Smith's Heating and Cooling in Elkmont is your friendly local contractor servicing most brands of equipment and proudly installing industry-leading Rheem systems. Whether it's an air conditioner, gas furnace, heat pump, or indoor air quality system, Smith's Heating and Cooling takes pride in their exceptional installation and 24/7 customer service after the fact. They offer financing too. Call 777-5450 today to schedule an appointment or a free no-obligation consultation. Smith's Heating and Cooling. Call 777-5450. Visit them on Facebook or online at smithsheatingandcoolingllc.com. If you're looking for that special gift for that special someone, it's waiting for you at Tammy's Fine Jewelry in Athens, a boutique jewelry store offering designs to fit your individual style, from classic to contemporary. Tammy's Fine Jewelry has bridal and gemstone jewelry just for you. Whether you want to spend $10,000 or $10,000, you get the same friendly service. Visit them on Facebook or just come fall in love at Tammy's Fine Jewelry, 206 West Market Street in Athens. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. Be listening for Limestone County area high school baseball action this season from Play Action Sports. Your coverage of ABS, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Lindsay Lane, and West Limestone online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app. Afterwards, you can download each game from the archives or stream it on demand. While you're there, check out our schedule of upcoming games. Limestone County area high school baseball from Play Action Sports.
Hi, I'm Eddie Murphy, girls basketball coach at high school, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, Old Time Cat here, alongside Todd the Bod, TTB Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We're actually waiting on Roush Fenway Racing representative Chris Walker. We called him Kurt earlier. I don't know why, but
that time of year
must have been a typographical error.
Kurt Busch.
Yeah, that's what it was. Think about Kurt Busch. And the guy's actual name is Kris. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Just, now we had a guy on last year. He was the baseball player, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dave Yeager.
Dave Yeager.
He's Kristie's brother-in-law.
Yeah. Okay.
And
that was cool.
So he just happened to be in town because they weren't having spring training yet.
True.
Out in, where was he from? He was from Milwaukee. He was for the Brewers.
Yeah, the Brewers. Yeah.
So they weren't having.
And he was health guy, right, or a trainer?
Yeah, trainer.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that know all the dirt.
Yeah, they get to hear all the crap.
You having to sit there, wrap ankles and stuff. You hear.
Man, did you hear what that shortstop done last night?
Exactly.
Sorry, shortstop wouldn't tell nobody except somebody else telling it, don't
he? Yeah, they get all the dirt, but he wouldn't share it with us. He was
kept
it
guy.
confidential.
Yeah.
Them engines out there revving up.
We're still here live at Eli's Block Party. Be here till noon today, ladies and gentlemen.
Crowd is just still. It's out there,
but
y'all.
There is plenty of room for more.
Oh, absolutely. Come on down. They're doing a great job getting you parked and getting you situated.
Yep.
It's there's just so many different kinds of vehicles. Some of the newer, some of the older. I always get tickled but I'm not a car show guy, obviously. But when you walk around and you see this 1972 Mustang, it's kind of rusty.
Yeah.
But they're showing it.
Hey, it's still a 1972 Mustang.
It's like, why are you? That looks like you just drove it off the
junkyard.
I know it's special to you. Just don't know why you think it's special to us.
Yeah, I thought about entering my truck into it. I've got a couple of sheets of plywood, some 2x4s in the back. I don't think that would hurt anything, would it?
I don't know. I've seen some cars out there. You'd have been okay. You'd have been all right. There's some really special ones too. A lot of award-winning vehicles got their certificates and stuff and trophies, and ribbons that they're displaying from past victories. So
right,
yeah, it's This isn't to be messed around with. I'd hate to be a judge, to be quite honest. And I meant to ask Kristie if they is it a Mustang category? Is it a Chevrolet category? I don't think they do it that way. I think it's just an overall deal, right? But
yeah,
I think. But,
I don't know.
If I run into Joseph maybe here in a little bit, I'll ask him.
There we go.
Get us an answer. But
if looks like here's our man coming up right here. He's got the Roush racing jacket on. Hurry up, man. We're running out of air to talk about. Hey, Kris. Tom McClung. How you doing, man? Hey, nice to know you, bud. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Put them headsets on. Let's talk some racing.
Right,
now, what do you do? What do you do with Roush?
Well, I help with their road racing program.
Okay.
So about in 2009, I was working for the Army, and we were doing a lot of stuff, taking stuff from NASCAR and putting it into helicopters and that kind of thing. So the windshield tear-offs, if you've ever been to a NASCAR race, you've seen them do that. So we qualified those on both Apaches and Blackhawks.
Gotcha.
So
well, they stole that from us dirt racers because we didn't have a windshield. We had a helmet, so we just put the tear-offs on our racing shield.
Oh, yeah. So we to where it started was General Miles asked us, he said, well, okay, but that's great. What else can we learn from racing? And so I was like, that's me. I want to see what we can do. So we actually went around to a lot of different shops and went to the Army shop, Hendrick. We went to RCR. We went to a lot of them, but and even some in Indianapolis to some endurance racing type stuff too.
Oh.
But Roush was really the first one they were like, here's everything we got.
That's what I was fixing to ask you. Was anybody not willing to show, thinking they might be giving up some secrets here or there?
Yeah, I mean, you could feel
a little
you could feel
wall.
that apprehension. Yeah, but you come in as the Army, and they wanted to help,
Right.
Yeah.
And so while I was there, I met a man named Brad Francis, and he was actually the man who invented the jack screw. If you've ever seen him do adjustments, he invented it with Dale Earnhardt and RCR. Wow. And anyway, Jack Roush brought him in, and he became his head of his skunk works, which means he was the one who helped cheat, right? Well, he was always looking for an angle, and when he met us, he was like, well, yeah, I think we can work together. Well, and literally 2-3 weeks later, we were at Oak Ridge National Labs together.
Oak Ridge?
Yeah.
Might as well, if you can't go any better than Oak Ridge, Tennessee, man.
Yeah. And so we were looking at stuff. We actually ended up doing, if you've ever seen the super finish type on the gears, make the gears super slick and super shiny.
Yeah, the coating.
Yeah. Well, this is the rock polishing, but we actually did a coating too. And so, long story short, we did a research and development agreement between the Army and us. Between the Army and Roush. And in 2009, Brad knew that I loved Mustangs, and so he said, how would you like to be part of our road racing program? And it worked out perfect because I could actually test stuff on the Mustang and have the results and bring them back to the Army too.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so not a lot of people know about what we did. I did it for 5 or 6, 7 years, and now I just do a little bit of stuff here and there with them. I was the engineer who did pit stop strategies and did all kinds of calculations and that kind of thing for Jack Roush Jr. and Billy Johnson.
So you've helped win several races through the years, obviously, by some of what you were able to tweak and manage.
Oh yeah,
and it's changed so much from the days of the beginning of when they were running on dirt and everything, and now it's so technical and whether it's the pit crew and stuff having to be physically fit, but they have to be very smart as well.
Engineers, most of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's turned from a guys coming off in their little shops to
their little local
full
garage
engineering programs with CNC shops and multi-million-dollar just R&D programs.
Now, when NASCAR first went to the road courses, Mark Martin, who drove for Roush, he was it.
Oh yeah.
And then they couldn't beat him until somebody talked him into putting a camera in there, and they were showing him braking with his heel and still using his rest of his foot. And they were like, wait a minute, that's how we do it. That's how he's doing it.
Well, a lot of people don't remember Mark I forget, Buddy Baker or somebody found Mark. But anyway, Jack had him as his road race program, and they did 24 hours of Daytona for a long time. Yeah. Jack won it 10 years in a row, and a lot of people don't know that because Jack went from drag racing to road racing and then into NASCAR. So,
wow. Well, I got to shake the hand of the Cat in the Hat one spring at Bristol. And I cannot remember who his driver was who won the race. And it may have been Charlotte. It was one of the. I worked for Goodyear, commercial truck tire engineer.
Okay. Yeah.
So I used to do a lot with NASCAR as far as the team haulers.
Sure.
Stuff. So I got to see a few things going on.
Oh yeah. Jack's a great person, and I still keep in touch with him very well.
Yeah, he's always. And he almost died in
twice.
That plane crash twice.
Yeah, he's had 2 different plane crashes.
Isn't that crazy?
He said that he's the equivalent of winning the lottery twice. He's lucky to be alive, is what he said.
So with all the changes going on, with the way COVID hit last year, the rule changes as far as how they do the break up the races and all that. What do you think about how NASCAR runs now versus I like the old way? Okay.
I'm the similar. One thing that gets me, I don't like stage racing.
I hate stage racing.
They're trying to do a dirt track thing, or with a heat race or something like that. But stage racing does not. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they try to group them all together. And coming from road racing, stage racing and road racing completely takes all the strategy out of it, because you want to be the first one to make your last pit stop, and you can really strategize in road racing. Yeah. And stage racing is just this manufactured.
It is manufactured.
Thing,
it is. It's in everybody. It's just dot by like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not 4 in front of 2.
Right.
It's just and everybody does. It's just I don't know. I don't know if that's why when you look in the stands, it's not as many people as it was there 4 or 5 years ago, But I think they really need to look at that hard and maybe go back. I know a lot of fans like it. I just us people that are a little older just don't. We just don't.
Well, there'll never be another Dale Earnhardt.
No, that was the beginning of the
decline. Yeah.
That's true.
You can basically trace it.
You
from that.
You don't have the star. I mean, they are stars. They are.
Yeah.
It's just different. You're right. There's not an Earnhardt, a Petty,
a Rusty Wallace.
Everybody used to make fun of me because and you're gonna probably laugh right now, but I used to love Jeff Bodine.
No, that's all right.
He was my man. All my buddies would be like, "Oh my God, Dave, you suck."
Levi Garrett,
right? And in the Budweiser car. But listen, that dude's brought a lot of innovations.
Oh yeah,
to not just racing, but outside of racing too.
Bobsledding,
bobsledding.
He actually was a really good road racer. A lot of people don't know it, but my friend Brad actually built cars for him too.
Oh, okay,
so he was all over. Yeah.
We had a friend who just passed away, Tim Franklin, and Tim years ago got to be really good buddies with Davey Allison.
Okay.
And I can't remember who Davey's crew chief was at the time. One of y'all can
Larry McReynolds.
Thank you. And Larry actually sent him the hood of one of Davey's cars that he wrecked with Davey's signature.
Oh wow.
But Tim lived out at Ardmore and was able to finagle his way through their little newspaper they had once a week or something.
I remember this.
Said,
guy.
"Hey, I'll write an article if you'll give me pit passes."
That's smart.
Yeah, that was very smart. And he got in with all the guys, played paintball with Davey, met his family, and all this stuff. But it's so cool to meet people like you, and to what y'all do behind the scenes, because y'all are what makes it go, man.
What do you think about the next gen car then?
I'm more excited about Tony Stewart's SRX.
Yeah,
that's coming
up.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential to be a new IROC, I think.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically going to be a kit car.
And I don't understand it.
You can fit everything right now on the current car that you can modify on this table right now. And it's going to be worse. I mean, literally any part that you can modify, you can fit on this little picnic table.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not cars.
And then the new one is going to be worse. I mean, it's going to be certain suppliers, and they'll be the ones who do it, and then that's where you get your car. It'll be all they do every time they make a rule change, they make it more expensive to make it make a difference between the cars.
That's true. Well, buddy, I'd love to sit here and talk racing with you the rest of the day.
I could do it.
But we can't. We've got to go. It's time to pay the bills, as they say. We're going to take a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Hi there, this is Dan Pastorini, former NFL quarterback, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here at Eli's Block Party, Bethel Church of Christ, Bledsoe Road. And we've got our main man, AP Steadham, Swami of the SEC. AP, welcome, man.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
Now, before we go any further, we've got to get you to give us your contact information because the last 2 or 3 times we've got out of here and not give you your radio show information. So let everybody know where they can catch you.
Yeah, at WHEP, that's 1310 AM, 92.5 FM. It's online. You can get it through the smartphone apps. And normally we're on Mondays at 8:05 AM. And this week we're going to have, I think, the top basketball aficionado in the country, Dick Hoops Weiss. So
cool.
He's seen basketball coast to coast. So really excited to have him, and we're hoping that Alabama is still in this tournament.
Hey,
yeah, no
they play today at 3, don't they, buddy?
That's right, absolutely. They're playing the Iona Gales, and they've only played one other time. I think it was 1989. It was I think a 78-39 game way back when Wimp Sanderson was there. But Alabama's a big favorite, 16, 17 points. They're playing against Rick Pitino, who C.M. Newton deemed the best coach he's ever been around. So that's high praise in my book because I really respected C.M.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they play a similar type style, try to get the three-point shot going, fast break, play aggressive defense.
Well, I hope the Tide paid attention to Ohio State yesterday.
And Tennessee.
Yeah, but
Ohio State
we're the same. We're the same 2 and 15.
I gotcha. I see.
So yeah,
right.
A 15 can obviously beat a 2. It's happened many times before, and it can happen again today if they're not paying attention.
Absolutely. In Alabama, can they make the three-point shot? If not, they have to get to the goal and be aggressive, and you got to be around 60%. You don't want to have 40% when you're trying to get close to the basket. It's got to be 60%. Make some three-pointers, play tough defense. Everybody's a rebounder. Everybody's a defender. Make your free throws, low turnovers, good guard play, and those are the things that will win you ball games in this tournament.
Every time. Speaking of which, we haven't been shooting the ball that well, so I'm hoping that they've gotten settled in there in the Coliseum and are adjusted to the way the baskets look and everything in the background, and that we can start shooting the ball better.
Right. As Larry Bird once said, he asked somebody if you're a good shooter. He said, I'm a great outside shooter. And Larry said, well, we play indoors, son. So, we're.
Oh, that's awesome.
Was it Gene Hackman in the Hoosiers? They walk in the huge gymnasium, and Gene gets that tape measure up there and pulls it down. 10 foot. Free throw line, 15 foot.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Tell the guys.
That's where Alabama's playing today, Hinkle Fieldhouse, that Hoosiers team for the championship. So Nate Oates, the mathematician, he's got all the angles and numbers calculated. Let's see if the equations add up.
Yes.
Yep. I'd forgotten they changed the name of that. I thought it was still Butler. That's right. I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, AP,
that's kind of a historical thing.
I hate to do it. This is going to be a short conversation today, man. I just wanted to talk about the Auburn's football practice as they're opening to the public, which is very shocking. But
it's interesting.
But we'll save that for next week, bud. And
we hope it's short. We hope it's short and sweet for Alabama today. We have more to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Take care of business early on. Get it over with.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, AP.
Right,
we appreciate it.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, AP Steadham, our Swami of the SEC. Remember, WHEP 1310 AM, Monday at 8:05 a.m. We're going to time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's Tailgate Talk? Go online to tailgatetalk.net and hear the archives. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
If you're looking to spruce up the look of your home or business, Usselton Landscaping can produce beautiful results, providing mowing and trimming, mulching and landscape design, brush clearing and tree cutting, drainage and water diversion, pressure washing, junk removal, storm and disaster cleanup, and many other services. Usselton Landscaping is a family-owned business focusing on building quality relationships with their customers. Visit their Facebook page and check out their work for satisfied customers, then call or text 874-1357 to see what they can do for you. Usselton Landscaping, 874-1357. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
This is Todd the Bod at Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Y'all know how great I sound every week on the radio. You can't imagine how good I look from getting my hair cut from Tammy and all the girls at Shireman's Barbershop. Please go see them at 115 North Marion Street and tell them Todd the Bod sent you.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Hi, this is Glenn DiTulio, head coach of the Huntsville Havoc, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got our friends, our show friends from a while. Ever since they've started, they've been friends of the Tailgate Talk. North Alabama War Dogs owner Timothy Jones and Kris Burge. The height, I'm looking forward, power forward center or Shooting guard. Okay. Well, I was wrong on that one, wasn't I?
He had to throw in that shooting
guard. Yes, sir.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
No, nothing. Todd used to be a pretty good shooter.
I can remember, and I always laugh when I hear that term because years and years ago, way before you were born, I was at David Lipscomb basketball camp, and they were going around and asking, it's like, what position you played at school? I'm like, I'm a shooting guard. And of course, I was 5'5", and whatever. Oh, they laughed at me. They said, you look like you shoot, just laughing. But I was a shooting guard. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
So somebody's got to score.
Even if you are short.
Yeah, even though I'm short.
Yeah, you can shoot no matter how tall you are.
That's true. So tough loss last week, guys. Man, 13-0 going in, and number 1 in the ABA rankings, and come away with a 10-point loss. Y'all, Kris, you were saying y'all had a couple starters out, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Missing those 40, 50 points, whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't help. I think y'all got beat 120 to 110.
Yes, sir.
That's right. So, talk a little bit about the game, and then talk about tomorrow. Y'all got the winner of River Region General and the Music City Jazz.
Yes, sir. Well, we played both teams. We've actually shut them out all season, so we're pretty prepared for either team that we get. We get one of our starters back. The other guy, the doctor wants him to take another week on his knee off. So we're pretty prepared. We've done all our film on both teams, and we're just ready to fight and get back to the Elite Eight because our goal this year is championship.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Yes, sir.
Playing Jacksonville last week and them being so good for so long, I think they won, 6 NBA championships
6 out of the last 8.
It's not like they're some scrub team. That was, it's probably been the best team in the last decade or so.
If there's a team to lose to, they're definitely
the team. Right. And to be able to hang in there with them that tight on the road with starters out. I know there ain't no such thing as a moral victory, but y'all couldn't come away hanging your heads down too low because
we showed a lot of resilience.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so, we're excited for y'all, man. Playoff time, chance to get to the Final 8 in St. Louis where we plan on y'all being there. I know y'all plan on being there.
Yes, sir.
But what y'all see is the biggest hurdle between now and then? What team that's left might be standing y'all's way?
I don't not look at the team we play this weekend, but I'm pretty sure that, we are the clear winner for this weekend coming up. But next weekend against the winner of the Georgia and Florida, it'll be a good battle.
Okay. But and y'all will host the winner of that game as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow, listen, if y'all aren't doing nothing, man, 4 o'clock at James Clemens, come watch some wonderful basketball. It's exciting basketball. The brand is so different than what you see. And I know it's March Madness going on right here. It's hard for y'all to compete against without a doubt. And that part of it kind of stinks, actually, I know. But as far as maybe drawing a crowd, people want to stay home. But you know what? With technology the way it is, people, you can bring that phone and watch the NCAA games right there.
That's there.
While you're watching the ABA game live. And there's nothing beats it live, and you're supporting your local team and your local guys. And, this is just the best time of season for me, man. I love basketball, and especially playoff basksketball.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about tomorrow. What y'all not asking you strategy away per se, but I know
strategy is to score more than the other guy.
Right, but y'all got a distinct style, and I know you're gonna stick with it, right? Y'all just play y'all's game and don't really necessarily. I know you tweak obviously defensively from team to team, but offensively y'all just go and set it up and do it the way y'all want to do it, right?
We're a high pressure, high tempo team, so we rely on turnovers and a lot of fast break points.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned it, the fast break points. You get the turnover, then you get an extra point.
Yeah, the 3. Yeah.
You get the the 3-point shot becomes a 4-point. The layup, the 2-point shot becomes a 3-pointer.
Yes, sir.
And don't you get an extra free throw as well if you're fouled?
Yep.
And that's what's great about this game, because traditionally, right, those rules that's not what we grow up playing. Mm-hmm. So how hard is it, Kris, when you're in the midst of the game, right? And say you're down 4 and you've made this steal and you've got a clear path to the goal, but if you pull up with this 3, you can get that extra point and tie.
He is a shooting guard.
Right,
you know what he's thinking.
But I'm just saying, Timothy, right? Those are things you got to think about in this game, right? In this kind of game, right?
That's funny because we were down by 8 against Jacksonville with 35 seconds, and we got one of those steals. And we had a pretty clear layup, but we took the three-pointer because, of course, it was 4 points.
Awesome.
But we ended up missing a little short, and, we ended up losing by 10.
Yeah.
But it definitely does change your mind on how you play the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you could have cut it, in half right there on one possession, it's huge.
Yeah.
So, and that was very cool because in the moment, I ain't going to lie, I just would have been seeing clear path to the goal and went and laid it up or whatever.
Right.
So those are things you do have to think about.
Yeah, we constantly talk to the guys about that. Sometimes, it's easier taking that 3-point shot and maybe getting an and one with that.
Right. Yeah, on top of it.
But like you say, hey, your first train of thought is maybe just step behind that 3-point line.
Yeah.
Get a 4-pointer. So.
I mean, what it is, it's just a lot to think about, and you got to do it in a split second. It's not like you got time. I mean, you got to make that decision.
That's true.
Know how many points you're down, how much time's on the clock. What if I do this? What if I don't do that?
Right.
And that's a pretty cool aspect to the game.
Know where you're most comfortable at shooting.
Yeah. That's true.
Some guys prefer that baseline side shot. The other guys try to center up in the middle.
Not
just in case they can use the backboard.
Number 1 team playing the number 2 team. You got that pressure.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's and you know what? I mean, and Timmy, what do you think about this? Like, is it gonna, going into the playoffs, having these extra 2 games now versus the bye? Do you think that might even could help some? Because y'all only played 14 games this year, so that'll get a couple of games more under your belt, a little bit more time to not jail per se. You've already done that probably, but. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were talking to Kris about this too. Sometimes you take the good with the bad, and maybe playing these last 2 games right here have us going in hot instead of sitting around for a month.
Right, that's
and waiting for the final 8. So sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. And then plus we had a couple injuries. We bring a couple of guys back, get them back into the lineup.
Time to heal.
Get them guys back in the lineup, for the next game. And let's say we looking at it's going to be a good. Positive thing for the team.
That's good.
So if y'all had won last week, then you'd be sitting around for a month?
The final 8 is April 15th to the 18th.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've been sitting around for a month waiting for everybody else to get
to play out.
And you can only practice against each other so much before,
It's nothing like game time.
No, absolutely. Yeah. You're right. So the All-Star game's actually on the 15th. Is that right?
Yes, it's on the 15th.
Kris? No, or have they even named the All-Star team yet?
No, they haven't. I think they're supposed to be coming out this week. I think with naming the All-Star. We pretty much put our whole starting 5. Nominated them. Yeah. And they'll choose who's gonna go or not. So
how many players do each because they don't how many players does each team keep? 12, 15? Per team, or do you know?
12.
12, okay.
Yeah.
So, holy crap, man, 24 players out of that entire league consist of how many teams?
180.
Okay. That is, man, if you selected out of that.
It's hard.
That is amazing.
Very hard.
Absolutely amazing. And, I assume, like I'm sitting here looking at the top 25 teams. Top 25 teams all have winning records.
Yeah.
Out of 180, you said?
Yeah.
So, of course, it's awesome to sit there and look at y'all on third, but yeah, and each team probably holds what 10 to 12 players per. So there's a lot of players to be selected from. So we'll be rooting for y'all to make the team.
There's a lot of good players. There's a lot of good players in this league, and that's why the ABA is constantly trying to get these guys seen. We're doing some new marketing stuff coming next season. So, and like I say, we got some great players, that hopefully they get other opportunities to, say G League or overseas or even for us, we're still looking at getting sponsors, bigger sponsors going into next season, which I think we're on the right path of doing that. So.
Yeah. Well, I know y'all joined the Chamber of Commerce. That's huge to be able to get y'all's name out there, floating around amongst the business people. So that'll certainly help with that sponsorship type stuff. And you're playing at James Clemens, so that's a wonderful facility to play at too. So
it is.
We just, we're going to be rooting for y'all. Like I said, tomorrow at 4:00, James Clemens, y'all come out. Kids 8 and under get in free.
Yeah.
So come out, wear your War Dog swag and cheer them on.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. Well, Timothy, thanks so much for coming over and bringing Kris. I'm sorry. I wanted to say Kris. It just wouldn't come out, man. I apologize.
That's fine.
but it's time for us to go. We saved the best for last here, and looking forward to it. Bring this championship home, and and like Todd said, we're rooting for you.
Appreciate you guys having us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Tom McClung, Old Time Cat, Todd the Bod, Tomlin, producer extraordinaire, Tim Lambert, we ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We'll talk to you next week, live from Applebee's.
If you're looking for that special gift for that special someone, it's waiting for you at Tammy's Fine Jewelry in Athens, a boutique jewelry store offering designs to fit your individual style, from classic to contemporary. Tammy's Fine Jewelry has bridal and gemstone jewelry just for you. Whether you want to spend $10,000 or $10,000, you get the same friendly service. Visit them on Facebook or just come fall in love at Tammy's Fine Jewelry, 206 West Market Street in Athens. Since 1998, Ardmore Family Medical Clinic has served the area faithfully, treating everything from allergies, sinus infections, and abrasions to high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart problems. Dr. Deborah Verbeek and staff treat you like they would want to be treated, with compassion and trust. Ardmore Family Medical Clinic, urgent and chronic medical care for the whole family, where patients come first and always have a choice. Locally owned and operated, Ardmore Family Medical Clinic, 25495 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee. Call 931-427-6969. Smith's Heating and Cooling in Elkmont is your friendly local contractor, servicing most brands of equipment and proudly installing industry-leading Rheem systems. Whether it's an air conditioner, gas furnace, heat pump, or indoor air quality system, Smith's Heating and Cooling takes pride in their exceptional installation and 24/7 customer service after the fact. They offer financing too. Call 777-5450 today to schedule an appointment or a free no-obligation consultation. Smith's Heating and Cooling. Call 777-5450. Visit them on Facebook or online at smithsheatingandcoolingllc.com. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk live on location. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. on 1080 WKAC. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.